Good morning. Happy solstice. Happy solstice from the Czech Republic and from Portugal. Wonderful. Goddesses, good morning to you. I am happy to be home in Colorado on this beautiful solstice morning. Can you hear me okay? Inga from Oregon. Good morning, Goddess. Wonderful that you're here. And Gay King, hello, darling. Marisol. I love the beginning of these videos because I get to say hello to everyone. Hi, thank you, Rosemary. Thank you, Islana. And Jennifer. I get to say hello to the goddesses in the morning. I don't know if you can, oh, Marisol from Mexico, wonderful. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. It won't be on for the whole live. Driving through New Brunswick, Mount Shasta, thank you. I'm delighted, I just want to say that about the music. I'm delighted. Hey, Jennifer from Arizona. I'm delighted to have this music in the background. It's by Anders Holte, H-O-L-T-E, and it's called Lemurian Homecoming. And it's just beautiful. I play it on a loop for hours. Anders was in Bath with us at all of the events for the choir before and after. Hi, Judy from Saskatchewan. And Anders has just given me permission to use this particular music. It's called Lemurian Homecoming, if I didn't say that already. Hi, Teresa from Tennessee. Teresa from Tennessee, do you know Rosemary Carroll from Knoxville, our host of the Lemurian Sisterhood? Question mark. So I'm going to be doing a video reading the Lemurian Codes for Healing cards and creating a video with the pictures and the words of the cards. And I'll have Anders' music in the background. So that's very exciting. So look for that in the next few weeks. It'll be posted on my YouTube page, Lemurian Sisterhood Global. Hi, Sheila. Good morning. Or good afternoon now, 12:03 here in Mountain Time. So the solstice, the longest day, it's pretty exciting, isn't it? And the energy of the solstice, the intense energy of the solstice, I know we're all experiencing, the world is experiencing a lot of intense energy right now. And sometimes it seems like it's all we can do to hold on to our proverbial hats and ride the waves. Oh, thank you. My Elaine says she loves my wings. This came from Glastonbury. It's a hand-painted scarf that I found there. And I have to thank the goddesses that were with me for encouraging me to allow myself to receive it as a gift to myself for my birthday when I was in Glastonbury. Love from Hungary. Hi, Bernadette, where the sun is very high in Spain right now. Yes, I bet it is. Interesting weather all over the planet, isn't it? So before I start, I want to do a shout out to all the wonderful Lemurian Sisterhood hosts around the world, and thank you all, because this is growing because of you. The Divine Feminine is growing because of you. Hi, Annette. So in Arizona and Colorado, that's me, Amber Wolf. And I'm not having any Lemurian Sisterhood meetings in Colorado this year, but I will be having 3, count them, 3 in Arizona in the fall, one in October in Sedona during the Channeling Fest there with Cryon, and then one on November 11th, 11/11 in Tucson. That should be wonderful. And then December 4th in Phoenix called The Goddess and the Shaman, and it will be Michelle Karen and I, that will be in Phoenix together for the day doing that, and I'm very excited about that. Hello, Julia, beautiful Julia from Italy. And Catherine, hi. Yes, it's sunny today. Catherine from Colorado. You're at work, right? It's a work day. I'm glad you're all with me here on Solstice. So let me get back to this list of people. Beautiful hosts. So me in Arizona and Colorado, Flagler Beach, Florida, Heather Hodemance. So that's more northern Florida on the East Coast. And then on the south of Florida, Miramar, Florida, is Ilia Blandina. And Salem, Massachusetts, also on the East Coast, Nicole Jackson. And our very newest host, Las Vegas, Nevada, and cyberspace, Jackie Simpson. So welcome, Jackie. We're very delighted to have you with us. And Rochester, New York, Sheila Tillage, who's on this call. And Honesdale, Pennsylvania, Beth Guida. Knoxville, Tennessee, Rosemary Carroll, who's on this call. Oh, Beth, you're here. Yay. Wonderful. And Ingrid from Mallorca. Hello, darling. Mwah. Thank you for being here also. Melbourne, Australia, Latina Russell, who is also relatively new to the program. And then Sydney, Australia, Joan Amadou. Yay, goddesses. Where in Phoenix will I be? Jennifer says, you can look on my website for the information for the events for, Arizona in the fall, October, November, December. So that's amberwolfphd.com events. And, let's see. So we have Quebec, Nancy Cote. Oh, hello, Nancy. I salute you. Santiago de Chile and Colombia is Luz Stella. Isn't that a beautiful name? Light Star. And then we have in Scotland and the UK, Laura Barber, and I was so delighted to spend time with you when I was there last month, Goddess. And then Amsterdam, Lucienne Vanderlinde. And we're at, in Ingela Baratoff in Minneapolis. And then we're adding just now Switzerland, Madrid, and the Bay Area. So when those are all happening, I will have them on my website when those contracts are signed. Hi, Sarah from Wichita. Hi, Sarah Jane from PEI, Prince Edward Island. Wonderful to have you all with me. So if you are looking for a sacred circle near you, you can go also on my website where the Lemurian Sisterhood tab is, and there's a little drop down that says find a sacred circle near you. And if you're thinking that you would like to be a sacred circle host, there's lots of information on my website. Okay, so let me talk a little bit and feel into this day with you because it is a momentous day in a lot of ways. I've just returned from the Science and Spirituality event, very big event in Vancouver Island, which was amazing and beautiful and yeah, very high energy. Everyone there we were all floating, our one big family, and we could feel the energy of those who can't attend in the physical that are tuning in. There are lots of pictures on the Facebook pages that you tune into and the Cryon channels, which I'm sure will be up soon. So thank you all out there in cyber community for being with us with all of these events, because we don't do this in just one group. We do this in the world. So all of us together, all of us feeling that energy and letting it lift us up. And in these times when it feels like our world is on the hero's journey and the heroine's journey. And for those of you who've listened to the Cryon channels, when we were in England, he talked a lot about the hero's journey, the land of Arthur and Merlin and the sword and the quest and all of those things. And since then, I've been really looking into my own life and the lives of people around me and the world, looking at our journeys and how we have these sacred quests that are sometimes we have companions and sometimes we have to do parts of it alone, like all these mythical heroes. And so it's a great archetype to look at in our own life and see who we are as the hero and the heroine and what our quest is. And sometimes that changes throughout the day, or sometimes it remains one constant spiritual growth quest, or a quest for a new job or partner or a living situation or better communication. And then in the hero's journey, we have the quest, we have the companions. So we have our beautiful family and those of us that are closer to us than the ones we have in cyber community or in big events or small events. And then we have the obstacles. We have the shadow that follows us. And I think about Michael Thomas in The Journey Home and how the it thing followed him, and knowing that the it was the shadow all the time over the back of his shoulder, and that shadow was his own self, his own fears. And so isn't that what it is as it manifests in our lives? Our shadows manifest so we can confront them and see what is it that we want to do about it, about them. And we can't blame anyone else. There's nothing. You know, the great shift, 12/21/2012, no more victims, no more shadows that aren't ours. And if we see them as something that is here to teach us, why do we bring these to us? To be our teachers. And we can look at them outside of just the emotional reaction box and say that, okay, what are you here to teach me about yourself? And maybe a wizard comes onto the scene or a priestess and says, look at it this way, or look at it that way. Or maybe you bring up that place of wizardess and balance in yourself and say, you know, if I looked at it this way instead of looking at my fear through my fear, what can I learn from this? That's the real journey. What is that quest here to teach me about myself? So if you look at your own life like that, and the past is always a really good example, isn't it? When we can look into the past and we can see just where we've come from, and we can see what our journeys have been and who's played what part and what we've had to, you know, when we've had to step off the cliff on our own and there wasn't someone else there to catch us, or others can advise us, but in the end, we're the ones that have to take that step, aren't we? No one else can do that for us. So now at this time of solstice, at this peak time of energy, is a really good time because the shadows are in the light, aren't they? They are in the light. And the sun and the energy of the astrology is shining on them. So we can see them for what they are and see them for what they do in our lives and find out what it is we need to do to move those shadows into the light. Doesn't that sound good? So I'd also like to mention that today is the first day of Cancer in astrology. So happy birth month to those of you that are in Cancer. And Cancer is about home and nurturing and mother. And it's a water sign, so it's much softer. It's about flow. So even though we're in this hemisphere, the hot time, it's also about bringing in the green energy, the flowing energy of the green land and things growing, and then the water energy that comes so that things can grow. So how do we bring that into us so that we can learn and we can grow and we can have the things that are being supported right now by this very special day? How can we do that? We're doing it right now because we're together. And when we're together and we're focused, we shift the energy, don't we? And we don't even know the far-reaching results of what we do with that energy. So let's just take a breath together. And let the energy of the day, just imagine it around us, all of that light, that intensified light. And just feel what that is and feel it as support, not like the burning hot sun trying to melt you, but feel it as Gaia's way, as nature's way, as the planet's way for saying, here we are, it's the pinnacle. And here we are together in this pinnacle. And how can we use more light? We can always use more light, can't we? Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a moment to take a look here online and see who else has joined us. Natasha, hello. It seems like I just saw you yesterday. Annette, hello. Celia, hello, beloved sister. Lovely to have you with us. Anyone else that's joined us, it's always wonderful to be together. Let's see, 2 weeks ago in Hawaii. Wow. Wonderful to be in the land of Mu, rather. Yes, Linda Stauffer. The hero's journey is also Harry Potter, right? Yeah. Yeah, and I'm thinking about the women heroes because the ones that are typical male heroes, right? We have ones like Amelia Earhart, who was a pioneer woman in flight and a hero, but she didn't have a great happy ending, did she? Unless she lived to a ripe old age on a desert island with her navigator, we don't know. So I'm trying to focus on that, like what is up with that, and the heroes that are women. And we have a lot more now in this world. I think Ellen DeGeneres is one of those heroes. You know, she went through a very dark night, being herself, coming to terms with the world and her own self. And now she's a light in the world, and we've greeted her. There's Marie from Czech Republic. Hello, darling. And Jean Marie. Joan of Arc. Yeah, we have Joan of Arc as a female hero, and not a really good quest outcome for her either, right? You know, burned at the stake. No, thank you. So I'm questing for that myself, to find those feminine heroes. Who are they? Even Marie Curie, who, you know, was one of the few women scientists to be noticed, her discovery killed her. So, you know, I don't know. I guess I want the hero's journey and the heroine's journey to have an ending that's more uplifting than that. that, Arthur finds the sword and creates a magical kingdom. Harry Potter finds the wand and, vanquishes his demons and many others. And Bilbo and Frodo, in the end, it's the light that is the end of their journey. Hello, Ursula from South Africa. Hello. So where are the women who are the heroes, the heroines? I think we have several in Hollywood these days, don't we, that are really, any woman that had been sexually assaulted by a man in Hollywood has had her own dark journey. And now that the light is shining on that. And it's shining on those women for all women. And I know there are women all over the world who are not able to be heard the way that the women in Hollywood hear, because they have their own light. And so I send love every day to the women who are not able to shine, who are not able to shine in the world, to be seen, to be helped, for us to reach out to them. Teresa Warren says, Dee Wallace. I don't know who that is. So you'll have to tell me. I would love to know more. Dee Wallace. And we have Diane Fossey, and gosh, I can't think of the other woman's name that does all the work with the gorillas, right? But we have many more men than women. So we need women. We need women. And that's us, because it's our time, isn't it? It's our time to shine. It's our time. Jane Goodall, thank you. Diane Fossey and Jane Goodall. Yeah, and just a few. But now, since 2012, we're creating that light, and we're creating a lot more. Dee Wallace, the mom from E.T., teaches self-love and the I am. Oh, very good. Very good. I didn't know her name, but I remember that. Okay, so we are 22 minutes into the highest point of today here in Colorado. So what I'd like to do is invite the Star Mothers to come in and give us their message. Give us the message for today, the message of the new heroine, the message of the light day, the message of who we are in this world. So if you would join me by just taking a breath or two. And welcoming the Star Mothers. Dear Shining Ones, we come forth today in the light. We come forth through our vessel Mele'ha to greet you on this celebration of light in your hemisphere, in your world, and in this moment. And the ripples that your celebration sends into the world are felt. Do not ever doubt that. Know that your power, your divine feminine power, ripples out into the world every time you say yes. And we see you for that shining one that you are. And we join in your journey. And we call you our star children, because there is a light in you from us, your star mothers. Not the fathers who are the protectors, but the light is from the star mothers. And the fathers support us in holding that light for you. They were your human fathers, and you carry their genetic code as well as ours. And know that they watch over you and keep you safe, as is their pledge and their contract. While we teach you about holding the light of the Star Mothers, each one unique as a star in your sky, each one shining for light years. And who you are is not this human limited being. You are our children, and you are limitless. The light that is inside of you does not burn out when this physical vessel goes away. As a matter of fact, without the human mind, the light will burn even brighter. So allow yourself, please, to acknowledge that vessel that you are and the light that you carry. And help that light banish your doubts and shine on your courage. Let it ease your need for perfection in any way. You came here perfect. Anything else is a program of the mind that is human and part of our experiment with you. But the experiment is for human to decide how to live in the light with the mind. Not by the mind and from the mind, but with it, like a companion. You also have companions, cats and dogs, horses, birds, fish, reptiles. And for the most part, you treat them better than your mind treats you. This is true, isn't it? So let us see today what we can do to shift that. That the first love comes from inside, right in the heart, the crucible of the heart. This is the sacred vessel of the light, of your light, right there. And from that place, teach yourself, because you have the tools, teach yourself about your light. And when you start to go to the edges of the light, the far edges where the shadows start to appear, just notice them. And then come back. Come home to us, to the light that we are in you. There is no other teaching from us as important as this one foundational teaching, truth. Everything is built on that belief, on that knowing. And we say belief to the mind and knowing to the heart. The mind always wants proof and wants to ask questions. And it will never be satisfied, beautiful, shining ones. No, that is its program. What is the center of the universe is your light. That star inside of you, placed inside of you by us, encoded with love and wisdom and compassion. That is who you are. And what will it take for you to remember this every day, every moment, to come back from the edges to the center. Let us do this with you. Bring your hands to your heart. And take a breath into your heart and feel it behind your hands. And another breath. Just keep breathing into that heart. And feel the light building up behind your hands. And say to your mind, see, there it is. See, it's okay. It's right here. And let the mind relax. It's part of humanity, so it will not disappear. But let it relax and know that it is safe to allow you guidance from your heart. Let the mind feel its way to peace as the spark of light in your heart grows its way to love. And say yes to yourself. Take a breath and say yes. My mind finds its way to peace through the knowing that the spark, that the light of the divine lives in my heart. And that is where the wisdom is. That is where my wisdom is. Say that to yourself. My wisdom lives in my heart, where my one true light lives. And take another breath. And know that all of your cells of your human form are hearing this, dear, beautiful, shining ones. It's a whole conversation. It's a whole field of you. And it doesn't end at the edges of your skin. It goes out into your Merkaba and holds that light. Always. As we hold you. Our promise to you since 12/21/2012 is to be in the field within reach of each one. Just ask. Just turn your thought, your heart to us. We are that close. We are always with you. For many human lifetimes, we have been known as guardian angels. Isn't that interesting? You're true star parents. Guardian angels, just another example of how we have been with you. So turn your prayers, your thoughts back to us each moment. Have an inner and an outer conversation. Write to us, talk to us, sing to us, and we will respond. We breathe your breath with you. And we ask that Mele'ha remind you the breath is breathing you. And we step back now. We do not leave you. We step back so that you continue with your human day, with us by your side, singing with you. We sing the song of your heart's life, now and forever, dear shining one. Take another breath. Let your breath breathe you. I heard that. Come back to the now, this beautiful day. Wow. Wow, wow. Thank you all for connecting, because this is greater because of you. You lift me up, and we awaken together. I just want to take a minute to say hello to other people here. Beautiful. Thank you. So I'm going to close right now and get on with my human day back here in Colorado. And thank you all for what you do to hold the light. Each one of us does something important. My light connects to your light, and your light connects to someone else's light. And again and again and again. And we don't need to know who. We just need to know that it is. And as we share our light and connect, letting it go out into the world, we know that we are the sacred ones. And you are the sacred ones, and they are the sacred ones. Many blessings, dear beautiful shining stars. All my love and my light with you always. From the Star Mothers and Mele'ha. Happy Solstice.